don't know what to do. Oh, this is the one I was playing on the clip today. Yeah. You already know what the fuck it is. Oh, sorry.
I'll probably get pulled down for this one.
Parks on the boards. Yes. This park.
What's happening?
I'm in a round of applause. I need support and encouragement.
Okay.
I need to feel good in this moment.
Yeah.
Microphone check 1 2. What is this? The JBP boys are not here.
That's some bullshit. So I'm not caught up yet, but I skipped ahead. Guest told me that he was like, no, you gotta hear it. So I skipped ahead a little bit, but we'll talk about that later. So, in other news, this is the Lyrical Fix Podcast, episode 81, with your host, Sade.
And Kid Pro.
And yeah.
What the fuck is good, man? Yeah, so we might as well start with that. I mean, JBP calls themselves the Joevengers. We call ourselves the Joevengers.
We're not starting with that. I just wanted to
Okay, I had a nice little intro to that too, but okay, yeah, it's fine.
Go ahead.
No, I did. I said it already.
No, because
the Joevengers were the Joevengers.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I just wanted to start with that, and then we'll get back to it eventually, because that's
okay. Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Pod shadowing. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know where the fuck it is, man. Lyrical Fix Pod at the Lyrical Fix Pod on IG, Lyrical Fix on Twitter, Lyrical Fix Podcast on Facebook. Make sure to check us out on Anchor, Audio Mac, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, all them motherfucking sites. If we're not on your favorite platform hit us up. We'll figure out how to get there. Make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Give us those 5-star ratings. Keep us hot out on these podcast streets. It's the motherfucking gang, episode 81. Let's get this shit started. Sade, how you doing, buddy?
Chilling.
Got your fan? You ready to go? She's ready. People. We are doing 2 episodes in one day today because
so we're not wearing the same outfits like 2 weeks in a row.
Yes, just so y'all see, it's not like we both chose not to shower on the same day. But yeah, Sade is actually going on a vacation, a much needed, well deserved vacation to the motherland.
To the motherland.
You know what I mean? Gonna enjoy herself and you know, resort life.
Yeah, I am not seeing any type of family.
Okay.
Not even Juan's family. I'm perfectly okay because he knows.
Yeah.
He knows that I need a fucking break from people, and if I'm on a vacation, I don't need to be around. I'm not really a fan of being around people while I'm on a vacation, unless it's like, all right, let's go to the bar, let's do this, let's do that.
So your vacation is like solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I work around so many people all the time, whether it's at the bar or like at events.
So it's only right to take a break.
Yeah. Like when we were in Cuba, what was it? I was every morning, like clockwork, in like the servers that they were there and the Airbnb. It was like an Airbnb type cabana. Like there was like several different rooms and it was spread out and shit like that. It was out in the open. They learned my pattern. They had the coffee out, no food yet. I'm like, no, I need coffee, cigarette, swim, and then food. They got like my whole
nice
set.
Routine. Yeah. Like
so they got my routine down. They were cool as shit. So it was like every morning like clockwork. I was out there, and then around 12 when the sun just came right over, I got fucking sunburnt like crazy. That's when I would like just sit and eat. But everybody was like just coming down at that point. And then they all, they're all chilling. They're playing loud music, and I'm off to the side, like playing like Weekend and fucking what's it called, Janae and shit. Yeah. Just reading, just chilling. I got my bottle of JMO fresh out the freezer, and just like that's what I did every day, and it was just good. And one time, he was trying to splash me with Juan's cousin was trying to splash me with water, trying to get me to like join them, and I'm just like, no, I'm cool. Like I'm here.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like,
present.
I'm out here. We're at the same pool. Like it wasn't a giant pool. I'm just on the other side of it. But like I'm still here. I'm still talking and laughing with you guys. No, but you're listening to different music and and then I'm like I was like I'm good. I promise. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like you have like I'm 100% what is it called? Participant like in night events.
You're still invested in the vacation, but you have your own little me time that you want to cherish.
Yeah, and I'm like, I just need to just be in a bubble right now.
I'm not mad at that. Every time I go to vacation with family, I kind of need my day to just be by myself. I don't want to be around the whole family because usually when I vacation, I'm staying at a family member's house.
Yeah.
So obviously it's kind of like inclined, like you have to go and chill with everybody. I got to get up, have breakfast with everybody. But sometimes I'd rather just be by myself. I don't want to have breakfast. Kind of want to just chill in the room, AC on, relax. You know, get some Wi-Fi and surf a little bit.
Q said the video was dope.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, send it to me.
Awesome.
But yeah, like that day, like his cousin like swam over.
Like doggy paddled? Okay.
Doggy paddled over to Juan and was talking shit. And Juan ended up yelling at him because these are people that these cousins, well, this one cousin, he has, his wife is straight from the country, straight from the campo.
Mm-hmm.
And was Dominican women from the country are bred to just be that way. Just to be housewives in the house.
Subservient kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But when you have, you know, the American ones like me and like even that cousin's brother, like his other cousin, where she was born here. I think she was born, but she was raised here. I know that part. She's the only one I really like out of all the wives.
Right.
That's my bitch.
Well, it makes sense.
She's my road dog. I like her a lot.
Culturally, you guys are similar.
Yeah, and she works for her shit. Like, she's cool as hell. Like, she hated the fact that she had to go, not maternity leave, but like some shit happened with her job. So even after like she was good, like she was ready to go back to work, it was hard for her. And then COVID happened and shit. But she me and her have a lot of similarities. Where the other one is just like, no, I don't want to do anything. Like, oh, like, Charlie, let me get me a water. Bitch, if you don't just walk up and get it yourself, like, okay. Like, I mean, that sounds stupid. Like, of course, if you want to ask him to get you something, cool. But it was every single moment of the day.
Like it's a maid.
Yeah.
It's very
but then
weird.
at the same time, you were bred to be the maid. So that's the conundrum here. It's like, like, you don't leave the house. All you want to do is, well, if you do leave the house, you just want to party and drink, and you were bred to like take care of kids and not work at all, and not make any money for yourself. But you want it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, when I stay,
it's probably why I don't get along with any of them.
No, I agree. It's weird. My mom's side of the family, we have I got an aunt, my godmother. She's pretty well off. She's got a good job, her and her husband. And when I stay over there, they have a maid.
Yeah.
And it weirds me out because it's like, she knocks on my door in the morning, asks me what I want for breakfast. She'll make me stuff, and I just get so uncomfortable by that. Like, I finish my breakfast, I go to get up to wash the dishes because it's my godmother's house. I'm gonna do that, and she like got mad at me. She's like, "No, what are you doing?" I'm like, "No, it's okay. You don't have to do this for me. Like, you cooked. I appreciate it. I'll clean. Let me go back to my room." And she's like, so as I'm cleaning, she walks up to my bedroom, and she's sorting out my clothes. I'm just like, please don't go in my bag. Like, don't do that. I mean, I didn't have anything crazy in my bag, but it's just
that's
like
weird.
It's still weird. And then she just doesn't understand how to like take no.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't understand that people just want to do shit for themselves because she's so used to doing it for other people.
Yeah, because it's a job. Yeah.
And it sucks. And for her, it's a job. I'm like, please, I'm trying to make a job as easy as possible. You don't have to worry about me.
Is she like older?
Older woman, I'd say in her 50s.
Is she Spanish?
Yeah, no, it's Colombia.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't even know. Okay.
And what makes it weirder is that not to get into a colorism thing, but like my mom's side of the family is kind of light skinned. This woman is dark.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like, I just say in Spanish, like, no, señorita, está bien, like, it's all good. Like, I got this, please. And part of me feels bad, but I don't want to explain to her why. I was like, in America, this just feels wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't need anybody, a maid, much less a dark-skinned maid. It just feels weird to me.
Yeah, no.
We're all from the same country and everything, but that colorism is still there. I'm not saying
it's very
my aunt
fucking
is
true. It's very true.
colorist, but it's just there.
And it's always the minor things. We've kind of talked about that before, like when what they call you, negrito, right?
Negrito, yeah.
Yeah. So it's little things where they think it's cute, but at the same time, it's a little color.
Yeah, and I understand. Like, Dominicans do it, Colombians do it. All the Spanish people, you know, negrito is a term of endearment. But if you're from here, you don't want to call nobody negrito.
No.
Like, I've seen soccer players, like, already, like in FIFA, someone calls someone else a negrito, just saying what's up, and the dude got fucking banned like for a couple games for that shit.
Because it's been so normalized, like in our culture, that they don't see a problem. Like, it's a greeting, morena, like it's just. Morenita, like it's just a greeting, a term of endearment, but it's actually not. Yeah, it's
not, especially when you see soap operas where it's all light-skinned actors and then the one dark-skinned actor is just known as either moreno, prieto, negro, or niche.
Yeah.
And that shit always bugged the fuck out of me.
I know.
And I'm not even that dark, but the fact that I'm still a little darker than the rest of my mom's side because of my dad who's dark-skinned, I get called negrito. I'm the negrito of the bunch.
But it's funny. So in my my Puerto Rican side, my Dominican side, I think they're definitely colorist. But my Puerto Rican side, as far as like, especially with immediate, we love getting tans. That's why like I hate the winter. To me, this is like me yellow.
Yeah, no, you as white as possible right now. So I'm gonna see you dark as shit when you get back.
I fucking hate it. I hate myself in the winter. And it's funny because anytime like we would go out to Puerto Rico, because my uncle owns a bar out there, and he had his farmer tan is what, like, I kind of have one, but like his farmer tan is literally like this complexion to like black, like, and it's the funniest shit. And he, what was it, like, you see a little bit out there, but at the same time, like, he would always like, you know, this is the real color you're supposed to be. Because I'd be like, oh, mama, look, like, to my grandmother, like, mama, look, like, you know, I got a nice tan. He was like, that's not a tan, that's your real color.
That's your real, it's real shit.
Yeah. So it's always like, I don't know, my Puerto Rican side is very different. Where, I mean, like, I have two aunts that, because of the whole, like, Spaniard shit, they're blonde and white.
Makes sense.
So, I mean, one aunt, she's been red for, like, 20 years now, but blonde and white, and with green eyes.
Oh yeah.
And then mind you, like,
that's
having
Spain influence right
having there. having one of those, right? Mm-hmm. And then my mom is the middle child, who's like me, exactly like me.
Okay.
And then, like, she was the morena of the family, and my grandmother kind of too. Like, she gets kind of dark. And then the third one is blonde and white. It's wild. I
can't wait for the episode where you and me are both just tan, and we're like, all right, we're in our natural state. This is our regular state. This is how we should be.
This is exactly.
Yeah, no, I fuck with that. I can't wait. I'm definitely, as soon as it gets some more sun, as soon as we start hitting the 80s, I'm just going to chill outside. You know, the pool's starting to get cleaned. We're going to redo the fence. Thank God some insurance money came in for the fence, and we're going to fix that shit up because it is a fucking mess.
Nice.
In the fucking back right there. What else? No, that's good. Glad to hear you're going to be getting your well-deserved vacation because Sade just fucking made a hell of a fucking video. I want to smack the table, but I'm afraid of hitting everything.
No, don't smack.
But
smack.
Kidding Overseas is still in effect. And
I'll give myself a round of applause for that. And a round of applause for Q Lopez for shooting the video.
Yes.
Another round of applause for St. James, Kid Pro, and Rosanova.
Also, Villa and Esco from SW
for the cameo.
In the video. And thank you very much for LB for being our first AD assistant director.
Esco, I got you on that invoice, all right,
Shout out to Lauren as well, helping out and everything. Just having their presence there, their vibe, helped make the video a lot more easier.
Took some pictures.
She did take some behind the scenes pictures. She hasn't sent them yet, but I think we'll get those soon.
Yeah, because I was telling her, because she was like, all right, I got you on the pod. I was like, oh, thank God. Because I completely forgot. Because Yos and Nina were supposed to, so I just assumed that they were. And I was like, let me not, like, I have enough, like, you know what, I'm going to be doing enough shit. Let me not bring my camera and end up not using it. And the one time I don't bring I don't bring my camera is when I needed it.
Yo, let me tell you, you put a battery in that girl's back now, and I love it.
Oh, nice, yeah.
When we went, because the other week we went to Yos and Nina's, went out to the neighborhood, the chop shop.
Yeah.
The new and improved chop shop. And you basically just gave her some more.
Featured on Black Noir.
Featured on Black Noir, yes. And you gave her another quick crash course on taking pictures, and you just upped her game, and like everything she thought she knew just got raised like 100%.
Mind you, I told it, and she's so cute because I told her exactly the same thing. Not that I didn't even really tell her anything.
Right.
What was it? It was but this is when she first started.
Yeah.
When I told her, I was like, yo, bring your camera to, and she was cute. She mentioned that too. She was like, oh yeah, like, remember you told me to bring my camera? Like, look, this is the first shot that I took at the Union spot.
Yeah.
At the school, the train station there. And I remember, like, I had a shot in my mind. So I was like, hey, can I use your camera real quick? And I was like, I was trying to figure out her shit because she has a different one, and to switch it over to the eye part.
Right.
I was like, yeah, like, I like looking through it because I can actually see what I want and focus right on it or whatever. And I kind of almost said not really the same thing, but like I was like, oh, how do I switch it again, like this past Sunday or whatever? And she was just like, you know what? Let me try it. Like, she finally tried it, like what I was doing. She's like, holy shit. And I think even when we shot in front of my crib, I was like, no, you know, you just
little adjustments that she wasn't aware of fully, and now her shit's just stepped up tremendously. She's putting out her pictures. Got great shots of me and Yos. Yeah. So I'm fucking happy with that.
That shit was so funny. Me and V were crying. No, like I could not breathe at one point. "Oh, babe, the light in your eye," or some shit like
oh
that.
yeah. Oh, okay. That's what you're all laughing about. Okay, yeah.
That's what we were crying out. Like, I snored it like 5 times in a row. We were fucking dying. That shit was hilarious.
And then I was like doing her voice about her talking to Yost, like,
Oh, babe, I'm gonna jump your bones.
Yeah.
Oh, babe, you look so cute.
What was the other one? I'm gonna give you this Black Noir.
oh, you want to get this Black Noir?
Yeah.
oh.
Oh man,
That was a fun time, man.
Oh
Fun
shit,
time.
no, that
Shouts
was
out.
really cool though. And then yeah, I'm definitely Yosa texted me a couple days ago about like helping Nina and shit, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, whatever I can do to help, fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. We all creatives here.
Yeah,
No.
I showed. So I recently what was it? Started working with the singer Carter, and like
Shout out to
shooting,
Carter.
doing her covers. And shout out to We Are Jersey.
Shout out to Weird Jersey.
Got into the into their photo studio and all that shit. Q was there, the other Q.
Okay.
And in between takes, me and him are talking and this and that, like what he has coming up, the photo shoots, the next photo shoot he was telling me about, which is really funny. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
But hopefully I think he said it's when I come back, so hopefully I could be there for that one. But yeah, so we were talking. I was like, you'd be so proud of me. I was like, I kind of did like a logo in like under 5 minutes. He's like, word? I'm like, yeah. I was like, it's super simple though. I was like, it's simple, and I was like, and it's not done.
Yeah.
But here, so I showed him the thing I did for Nina. He was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah.
I love that the new We Are Jersey magazine logo. Yeah.
Fucking fire.
Yeah. It's simple, but it works.
Yeah, because he even said, he was like, simple logos are like actually a lot better. And I showed him the 11 visuals one. Yeah. And he even rocked with it. So that's how I was like, I did this just to like, hear pro, like we could do something like this or whatever. And I was like, but it's kind of growing on me. And I told him how I showed, what is it called? I showed V and, Nina and you guys on Sunday. And he was just like, no, that's why he was like, this simple ones, are, like they hit. They really do hit.
Yeah, there's no need to overthink a logo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just something that's straight to the point. Shout out Ice Double. And that's pretty much what matters, man. I mean, a logo is just the start of it. It's really what you put behind it that matters at the end of the day.
All right, so, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, it's not really a funny story, but just on the way here, I just been having a rough day. I feel like fucking shit. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, because I haven't fucking smoked in about 6 days. Or 5 days at this point.
Why have you smoked?
Long story, but I just have not been able to get in contact with my Connect, basically. It's weird. The Connect has to go through somebody to get his shit, but that guy apparently got sick, possibly COVID, possibly not. I'm still waiting. Had to call my other boy who's going to mail some shit.
But you were just up here on Sunday. We could have just gotten something.
I didn't know. I see it now that I know.
And then
that,
tonight you could have just said something and I would have got you something. Or you could literally just go to the greenhouse.
Oh, you're killing me.
Okay.
I didn't know. And I'm just...
homie.
I'm sorry.
There's homie.
Now I feel stupid. Now V's hearing this, and she's probably rolling her eyes right now. Like, nigga, you could have had something.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't. But I don't
want to put that on you the day before you gotta leave. And
that doesn't take that long though. But
it's
a phone call.
All right, my bad. I didn't. Now that I know
just because I don't smile, I still got. I know a bunch of people.
You still know people. Stupid me.
Yeah.
So then I'm just
Do you want me to
high
try
strung.
To find now? Let me stop. Go ahead.
Well, we got shit to do. I
Yeah,
wish.
true.
I'd say yeah, and I'll go real quick to 7-Eleven and take care of that. But I've been high strung. Everything was bothering me. Like driving here, I don't know. When I got off the exit, it must have been a fucking Fast and Furious convention. But it's all these niggas in these fucking tricked out cars.
This one?
Yeah, going down Route 4.
Oh,
east,
yeah,
like
yeah.
passing the Wendy's and all that shit. That long road.
I know which one.
So at this time, it's packed with cars, right? And it feels like, because I'm just driving, playing the music, and the music wasn't loud enough because I'm hearing all these fucking motors right behind me, but it's traffic. And that shit looks dumb when these niggas can't maneuver around anybody, just loud as fuck next to me. I'm like, you look like a fucking loser with all your little LED lights on the bottom of the car and shit.
They were stick? That's
yeah,
why?
all them joints, all them fucking Fast and Furious, Rice, whatever niggas. I don't even know, man.
Is there anything going on? Is there?
It felt like a car convention was going on.
There usually is,
it was
but
like
it's
10
not
of
in
them
this
just
area.
driving by me, but they couldn't get by because it was fucking traffic. But I think that, on top of everything else, just has me high strung. I just need to fucking smoke. Like,
yeah.
It's bad. Like, I don't want to say that I'm a junkie, but I'm probably feeling like it right now. I
Well,
guess I'm just so used to smoking every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think after a few days, you're going to be a little high strung, especially something that mellows you out. What I see, I wouldn't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is I have a friend, the one I almost fucking got COVID from, motherfucker. He will forever be. I don't think I told him this. He's
COVID
forever.
Corey.
Yeah, COVID Corey. There you go.
Corey.
That's his name. Don't even think about it. Okay. Thought he's about to jump on the fucking table. So anyway, shit. Oh, he's also the person I can call. But yeah, so I had.
COVID weed.
Huh?
I'm on that COVID weed. No, I'm joking.
No, he's good. Well, hopefully he's good now.
Has this weed been vaccinated?
No,
I completely forgot what I was going. Oh, what was
high
it?
strong.
Oh yeah, what was it? We went shopping. We went to this it's Woodbury Commons. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Yeah. So we went there and we were in my car, which I don't mind if people smoke in my car.
Right.
I just don't like a lot of it. So if one person's gonna smoke, it's just the one person.
Just one blunt.
It's just too much, or even like a cigarette. It's just because my car still goes right back to that new car smell because of the leather.
Yeah.
But I just don't like it where it's like too heavy in there.
Yeah.
So I was fine with it. It didn't bother me. But Juan, who he can't smoke.
Right.
So it bothers him to be around it sometimes because he's like, oh, I want to take a hit. And then his cousin there who doesn't like that shit at all. So he's over here. He had his pen died. Then he switched out to another one. The coil burned. So he was fiending. And he was fine in the beginning and then was trying to rush us out because he wanted to smoke so bad. So then it's not helping the fact that we're all joking on him about it. Like, yo, you fucking fiend. Like, you just smoked. Like, we picked him up. He was high as shit. Yeah. His pen still worked for at least part of the ride and all that shit. I mean, not picked him up. He came here and he smoked. So, it's like, the fuck? Or when I, homegirl doing the covers, I'm like, bruh, you smoked this morning. I was like, I just need you at least a sober an hour before we do this. And you could hit the blunt right after.
As soon as the camera goes off.
But it's like, why? That to me is I smoked heavily for a long time, and it's still I don't get it, because me and my family we have addictive personalities, and I think but I never really got that crazy with bud. I don't really get that crazy with drinking. It's just like, okay, I need it, you know, I don't get like that, but every now and then it's like I just want to fucking drink. Yeah. This morning was a celebratory. I know a lot of people were judging that tweet this morning, but I give no fucks.
Man, fuck anybody that judged that fucking tweet.
Technically, it was still Wednesday night because I didn't sleep from the night before.
Booyah!
Bam, booyah, bitch.
I thought you were gonna hit a sound effect.
Oh,
I thought you went for your phone.
No, I just went Anyway, so
let him go to sleep.
Sorry, that was funny. So, fuck. So, but I have my nicotine thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I get it at some point, but I've also will go days without smoking a cigarette, and to me, this isn't real nicotine. Well, I've been hitting this.
I've been hitting this, and then I don't feel good. I feel like I gotta stop. I think this might be my last one. I'm gonna chill.
For real?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna chill. I think because it's just I'm feeling a lot of stuff. Like lately, I've been breaking out more. Like I'm just stressed. I think it's a mix of everything, and the fact that I haven't smoked. My dreams are intense. Like, I had a fucking nightmare the first night I didn't smoke.
Are you serious?
I had a nightmare. I haven't had a nightmare in forever because I smoked myself to sleep. So I just black out. I wake up in the morning and, my day starts. I don't think about anything. I fall asleep to a podcast and then 2 minutes later, I'm up. It's morning time and the baby's crying. I got to take care of him. So I don't dream shit in between.
I wonder if I've had, not really nightmares. I mean, I've had nightmares before, but, most of my dreams are, super realistic.
Yeah, they're intense, especially when you don't smoke. That's what happens.
I think I'm just used to the intense dreams that I wake up and I'm like, did that? Oh, okay, no,
sweat,
that didn't. Oh no, not that bad. It's not that they're scary; they're just realistic to the point where I almost think that they really happened.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, okay, no, it was just a dream, and I'm cool with it. But an actual nightmare, it's been at least a couple years since I've woke up in a cold sweat, like that.
And it wasn't anything scary because I don't even remember the dream anymore, the nightmare. But only thing I do remember is that it was something that was in my subconscious. Mm-hmm. It wasn't me falling or me dying. It was just me going through a situation that made me very uncomfortable. That's what I remembered, and I felt like
that's a nightmare, I guess. Yeah,
in a way because it's your subconscious putting out your fears,
Mm-hmm.
your biggest fears, and it's just like it's like, oh man, I gotta kind of deal with this.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was. And then every night since, it's just been the same shit. Like last night, we had no fucking weed. We ended up just drinking wine and watching TV. Like, yo, we're gonna get fucked up somehow.
You need
Like,
something.
Yeah, and then to the point where I was looking in the fucking ashtray. Like, what do we have here?
Oh,
Put in the
I
one
haven't
hitter.
done that. Oh yeah, I've done that
Nigga,
before.
I did that. We were forced to do that, and then we ended up getting like 2 good ones that gave us just enough to keep our eyes low. We were like, oh, let's go to bed.
I hate that shit.
On
Yeah.
some fiend shit, but whatever, man.
No,
we had a
it was
good
it
time.
one time I was doing that, and like in the moment of just like, this is sad. This is really sad. Just like digging
Yeah.
through multiple fucking ashtrays. I mean, I lived in a party house, so it was always there's ashtrays everywhere.
There was
Just-
always ashtrays.
And there's shit that wasn't meant to be an ashtray. So I'm just digging through everything. I finally like find some, and then I just stop and stare at it like, this is sad. This is really well, my one hitter right next to it, lighter on the other side, and I'm like I set it up like a ceremony, and I'm like, this is really sad.
I didn't even tell you. I had a sad moment like that yesterday. So I'm at the We Are Jersey photo studio, same one that you're at, doing my little film class.
Yeah.
And we had to do this little kind of in class project.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to. I'm getting filmed by one of the other classmates there, and I'm sitting by the computer in the far corner.
Yeah.
And on that computer desk is an ashtray full of like roaches. And for a second, I'm like, do I take it? Just hide it and put it in my pocket. Come back, I'm like, babe, I got something.
Was Q there?
No, Q was not there. David was there. David was there.
Does David?
No,
I don't think
sure.
so.
I'm not sure.
No.
But the point, I mean, I didn't take anything, but it's just in my head for a split second. I was like, shit, if I could just take one.
It's probably one that he fucking smoked from just Sunday.
Probably, man. And
It was so funny. While we were setting up, he's like, no, we were about to start recording, and he's like on his desk, like just drawing and shit. He's like, I'm gonna be right over here, just drawing. And he goes, do you guys mind if I smoke? And we're both like, nah, it's cool. And Cardi was like, I might want some later or whatever, like bullshit, trying to be funny.
Oh, she brave.
Yeah. And then he smoked, but it smelled like almost like a cigarette. But I didn't actually see him smoke. And I looked over. I was like, you don't smoke cigarettes. Well, I was like, whatever. I was like, maybe whatever. Maybe he's like still rolling up, or whatever, something burned or whatever. So then afterward, Carter goes, did you smoke? Because I guess she was thinking the same thing. She was like, that did not smell. What the fuck is that? Like, it's forgot what he was telling me, but.
The rolling paper was different, probably.
And the bud was different.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he said, I forgot, but it was like, he's like, yeah, I don't smoke this like sour and all that shit. But it was funny because while we were setting up, and before we had closed the door, and this is probably why he closed the door, this kid just came in, just like, he was like, hey, you got any weed? And
Damn. Nah, niggas is brave.
And Q
out
was
here,
just
man.
like, nah, man, I don't got none. And he's like, oh, okay, because you go there and it just smells like bud everywhere.
As soon as I walked in the goddamn building, I was joking with the people in the class. I'm like, I smell weed and I heard drums.
Yeah, that's all there is in that building.
You walk in, the weed smell hits you right in the fucking face,
I
even with a
was-
mask on.
Yeah, I was a little worried doing her, recording her with the band when we had B's interview.
In the background, yeah.
Yeah, but luckily, like, it was cool because I heard music and I was like, all right, this is not the band. This is very loud music. It turns out to be cute, so, we're cool. But during the second cover, all of a sudden, we heard music from one of the producers, one of the music studios. And then me and Q just look at each other. Everything's recording.
Right.
Like, she's singing. And we just look at each other like, fuck.
Yeah.
He had the ring light. The ring light was vibrating a little bit.
Oh.
Because it was heavy.
It was that bad.
But it was this. Like, I had this entire setup pretty much. And I came out, because he was like, oh, do you need a mic? I was like, nope, I have a podcast. Poop.
You was working.
Yeah, he's like, reliable. That shit was funny.
It's a good time, man. I mean, I think that was pretty much our week. Oh, I also went to the Thorough Media Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Thorough Entertainment dude. Shout out to them. Shout out to Biggs and everybody over there, JP. And did a video with Greg P.
Oh, yeah.
For a song that me and him have. I don't know when that's coming out, but it was good just to be in there and check out the space. You walk in, it's a nice shop. They're selling streetwear. They're selling shoes. and then you go in the back, and it's a complete, studio, and just they hooked that fucking studio up. It looks super professional. Shout out to them, man.
Nice.
Just a great fucking spot. Hopefully we can do some work there in the future. But I had a great time, and shout out to Greg P for that video. Song should be coming out. I think it's called Integrity, the name of the song. So can't wait for that to come out. That should be pretty dope.
Nice. Oh, wait, anything else for your week?
Shit. No, I think that's pretty much it. The video's gonna release tomorrow by the time this episode airs on YouTube. And
It'll be out, yeah.
I'm just fucking excited, man. This is a really, really, really dope video. I always wanted a black and white video. She was great. I really have no complaints, and it was edited super beautiful by you. You're fucking amazing. I love you.
And I'm just, how upset I was to learn that it was the hard drive slowing shit down the entire time.
I'm just glad you found out.
I'm over here blaming my poor laptop for it. I'm like,
laptop's getting abused for nothing.
Fucking bitch. Like, how dare Apple not make it available to get more RAM? Imagine I could have got more RAM, spent the money, which I do need more RAM.
And still had the same issue.
Same issue.
Yeah, not knowing.
That would have drove me fucking crazy. But, the hard drive crashed. I'm trying to figure all this shit out. And then all of a sudden, when I'm thinking, shit, I got to start this video from scratch. And I'm starting it. I'm on Final Cut working off like just the computer, no hard drive. And I'm just, oh my God, this is so smooth. Like no freezing, no nothing. I was like, this is fucking fire.
How it should be.
Yeah, but luckily, I was able to get at that portion of where like I fell asleep working on your verse. Yeah. I was able to get all of that back from the hard drive. Because if not, this podcast would have not happened. I'd be like, I'm sorry. This is not happening.
I love how you also being nice, but also sounding me at the same time. Like, yeah, when I fell asleep working on your verse.
I had just... Okay, context. It was like... sorry. It was... I can't even talk right.
Delivery.
It was 6 a.m. Actually, no, it was like 7 because Juan was already off to work. And I worked the night before. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Context.
But yeah, it was very funny because I remember that was when I was talking to Juan. I was right there sitting up doing this, and as I'm talking to him, I was like slowly like backing down to the couch, and then I'm like, I stretch. He was like, "Oh, you're going to sleep." I'm like, No, just 5 minutes. With my eyes closed, just 5 minutes. 5 minutes. He's like, yeah, 5 hours. Well, woke up like 6 hours later. To your face just there, and I was just like, ugh.
Never a good thing to wake up to. Yeah.
I feel your pain, V.
Yeah.
But it was just funny because I just like woke up and I was like, what's happening right now? What's happening? And I look over to the laptop and it's exactly where I left off at, like 2 bars in. And I'm like, oh,
me
fuck.
And my fucking ugly eye tattoo.
Listen, he tried to kill somebody, and
it builds character.
It was a flesh wound, so he's working on getting it removed.
I mean, these are teardrops.
Yeah,
I've been out in these streets.
They're blurry teardrops because the laser treatment. He's trying to get it removed.
Blurry teardrops, you fucking asshole. I fucking hate you.
All right, so before we're gonna take a break and then get back to shit.
Right.
So before that, this is our last episode with producer Moses the Raven. What was the name that he's going by?
Oh, Cadence Beats.
Okay.
Cadence Beats. Shout out to Moses the Raven, though. His recent project that he put out, Girl, was
out
released
everywhere.
Out Everywhere was released on Valentine's Day. A lot of fucking joints on there. We played that shit on the way to, I think, was it Chop Shop, or we were going somewhere else? We were playing the... No, we were on the way to that show.
We were on the way to the show.
And we played most of it.
Because I still had it playing. I thought I just heard something. I still had it playing when... Oh, I left him out of the room. Give me like 2 seconds.
2 seconds, nigga, shut up.
Just 2 seconds. So shit. Oh, for if you don't know. Yeah. So I played it off Apple, and then when I got in the car, then the very next day to go to the show with you, it was still playing. Yeah. Or I was doing something, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, this is Moses? I was like, oh, like I heard his music before, but I didn't actually get to hear like an entire project before from him. And he did kind of offer something different, and I really fucked with it.
Yeah,
so.
It was really good. Really
Shout out to Moses.
Shout out to Moses,
Check
Cadence
out,
Beats.
Girl, everywhere. That's girl with an X instead of an I.
Yeah. Gixel. Gixerl? I don't know. Whatever you say. Break. All right, we back, episode 81, Lyrical Fix Pod with your host Kid Pro and Sade, man. And let's get right into the shits, man. It was a big week for us comic book nerds and superhero nerds, DC and Marvel nerds. We all united, and we got into the story done, the legendary Snyder cut of Justice League. Now, for those that don't know, the original director was Zack Snyder. He was making this movie back a couple years ago when they were first filming, and his daughter, rest in peace, actually committed suicide. Caused him to leave midway through the shoot. Mm-hmm. It was taken over by Josh Whedon, who actually did some of the Avengers movies, so it was like a Marvel nigga coming over to do a DC shit. Mm-hmm. And anyway, the end product movie was terrible. It was shitty. People did not like it. And they found out that there was a lot of parts of Snyder's version that were not used, and it was kind of rushed. Yeah. And because of that, caused a whole bunch of conflicts. Ben Affleck didn't want to come back, blah, blah, blah. So for years and years, people petitioned for this nigga to get the Snyder cut.
When did the original come out?
I'm going to say 2017, 2018, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Around that,
okay,
18, 19. Point was, they petitioned. Mm-hmm. Twitter did his fucking thing. The fans, DC came through, and finally Warner Brothers said, you know what, fuck it, let's put it out. So they got Homeboy together, got all the actors back. They did some reshoots, added some more shit, and made the story truly what it was. Only part this time was it was 4 hours. They broke it down into 6 parts. Mm-hmm. Every part was like about, 30, 40 minutes each?
No, so parts weren't equal.
They weren't equal?
No, because the last 2 parts were a lot longer.
Right.
The last 2 parts were at least maybe like 45
and
each.
A prelude. And on top of that, this film was R-rated, which the previous one was not.
Yeah.
That was a big difference as well.
There was a prelude, right?
There was a prelude at the end of the 6th part. There was a prelude.
There was an epilogue.
Excuse me, you're right.
That's
Epilogue.
I was like,
yes,
was there a prelude? Right, I thought, okay. Yeah. So,
epilogue.
That's not when, I was like, wait, I know there was something at the end. I didn't know if
I got the words mixed up, but yeah.
No, you're good.
But man, let me see. For 4 hours, I didn't mind it. I just felt like, okay, this could have been 3 hours if they didn't use so much slow motion. I feel like a whole hour of that movie was just in slow motion.
Yeah, I would say maybe a good 30 to 40 was slow motion. It was a lot of B-roll. There was I felt almost 2 hours of B-roll.
Yeah, they had to establish Flash's identity and also, more importantly, establish Cyborg's identity because he was a big part of the film as well.
Yeah, but besides that, there was a lot of fucking B-roll. Like when they showed, what was it? Before we get into those, when they were, spoiler, not really actually, it's just B-roll. When they were showing the boxes, the mother boxes, mm-hmm. and the Amazon, they didn't even get right into it. It's like they just showed it. And then went and fucked off 2 other scenes, and then came right back to it. I'm just like, that was a little confusing to me.
And then had Wonder Woman explain the whole thing too, which I thought was crazy in itself.
Yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, really not critiquing it that much. There's nothing I would take away. I mean, there's some stuff I would take away from it, but thoroughly enjoyed it. It was amazing. I just really do think they put so much into it, and what we're saying, you could have done without it, just because people complain so much about it not being enough the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I understand making it 4 hours because you didn't have the time to give them all solo movies to establish their story.
Yeah, his original probably was only going to be 3 hours.
Right. And then to do this, you had to put so much into it. And I understand why originally they just wanted to put it out as a 6-part series on HBO Max. Yeah. And then last minute they said, no, fuck it, we're going to make it 4 hours.
It was cool though. I was gonna do it by parts, watch at least 3 parts, but it just didn't. Some of the parts didn't equal in the same amount of time, or the way they left off. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I just watched it up until I started dozing off. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was like, okay, time to pause. And then the next morning, I went to sleep, woke up, and finished watching it.
Got into it, yeah.
Yeah, but the origin stories, to get back to that, amazing.
Yeah,
I love the fact that we got to actually see him, you got to see the accident, you got to see what happened that day, and the fact that his father wasn't there, that played a huge part in it, and then it kind of circling
talking about Cyborg.
Yeah. Sorry. It kind of coming back to it towards the end when his father, sacrifices himself.
Because that was not talked about at all in the previous film. They did it really quick. And apparently there was some controversy. The dude that plays Cyborg, Ray, I think is his name in the film, Ray Fisher, with the actual actor.
Yeah.
He was making some claims of possible racism by the previous director, Joss Whedon.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Josh Whedon.
Just for not including him so much in that cut, in the original cut.
I'm trying to think. Josh Whedon has been doing this for a very long time. I think he's the guy behind Buffy. No.
Possibly.
So.
I know he did Age of Ultron, the Avengers movie. I don't know if he did the first one too.
I meant like TV shows.
Yeah,
like
he's also had experience in TV shows.
Yeah,
as well.
he's been doing this since I think the 80s. Nigga was on Golden Girls. Like, so he's been around for a long time. That's why I was like always surprised. I didn't know he was on Ultron.
Yeah.
Or one
One
whichever.
Of the Avengers movies, yeah.
And then when I found out, you had told me like about him doing this, because when I was doing the DC thing, I was like, yeah, I might have watched Justice League, and that's when you had mentioned it. I was like, the fuck, he went to movies? Because I'm like, I mean I like my movies, but I'm big into TV shows too. So the little things when you always see the fucking credits and you always see the same name and shit. But I mean, it's possible. They didn't show that much of Flash, but he did show more of Flash than him.
Yeah, and
so.
I can understand, why the only black character in the movie would feel that way. He felt like he got the least amount of parts for someone who's so important to the actual story.
He is.
He's very important to the story.
Very.
He's the glue. As someone said it before, and I agree. Like, he was the glue of the whole Justice League. Like, everyone had their thing, but without Cyborg, none of this gets done. But also, without Batman, without Wonder Woman, nothing gets done either. Or Aquaman, everybody has their important part. But this guy played such an essential role to the whole mother box thing that was going on. Like, without him, they don't even get to do that.
Because they couldn't bring Superman back alive.
Right.
And then even him being able to handle it more than than anybody really besides Superman.
No one else could.
But like when Superman was dead, still he was able to like tap into the system of the ship and like do X, Y, and Z. I kind of wish that I know they did show Steppenwolf with Lucifer. No, not Lucifer. Where the fuck I get Lucifer from?
Darkseid?
No.
In
In the very beginning, and then you see him in the epilogue. What the fuck? Bald.
What? Darkseid? Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So like you kind of see that, and then when I was looking up shit, they're like, oh, and then you get to see the connection between Lex Luthor, and I'm like, no, you really don't.
No, you really don't. No.
Yeah, I was like, why would you saw them for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
That was it. Like, how does that even constitute it? Like, he didn't bring him about.
Right.
Like that didn't, whatever.
No.
But that was like one of the things that we don't have to talk about the epilogue right away, but that shit was just, I don't know. That was one of those things where it's like, I get why they brought him up just because he's in the epilogue.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you didn't really have to bring him up.
You didn't have to, but it also established what could have been in the following movies. What
True.
would have been happening. And that's why the epilogue was so fucking crazy. Like, to end the movie on that much of a cliffhanger is wild because you brought up all these characters that would have set up the next 2 movies.
No, I'm talking about Lex and Steppenwolf in the beginning.
In the beginning, right.
No, I'm saying how that could have been easily taken out.
Oh, that could have been taken out. That didn't need
because
to be there.
that they were showing the connection.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, no, I feel like they threw him in there in the beginning to show him like connection with Steppenwolf, but it's just because he's in the epilogue.
Yeah.
But that had no, like, they didn't show Joker before. Like, it just had no connection. They could have just left it alone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But absolutely right. No, but that epilogue, though.
The epilogue. Whew.
Crazy. And it's only crazier because you come to find out days after this is released, Warner Brothers decided that, okay, we're not going to continue the Snyderverse thing, which sucks because he eventually put out the story of what was going to happen in the next 2 movies. The second one would end kind of like dark, like them going to Darkseid's place, Apocalypse, getting their ass kicked. Yeah. And the third one would be where that epilogue took place, like
figured.
Lois Lane dies because of Batman, which makes Superman turn evil.
And Harley Quinn dies.
Harley Quinn dies as well. So now you got...
And there's an alliance between Joker and Batman.
So now you got heroes and villains working together to stop evil Superman and Darkseid.
Yeah.
So that in itself just makes for a great fucking storyline that we're not going to be able to see anymore.
That just makes
Which
no
is
sense.
crazy.
So why would
you seeing
not?
Batman and Joker having to work together and also hating each other at the same time. You hearing Batman drop the F-bomb. Like, I will fucking kill you.
Fucking love that.
Love that shit. I think that was only 2 F-bombs in that movie. Yeah, that was one of them.
I just want to say, that he fucking redeemed himself.
Yeah, he killed
and
that
it's not
scene.
even that like he did so horrible at Joker. Like we've seen bad Jokers before, but he just I would say it's still not my favorite. I wouldn't put him top 3.
But he's better than Suicide Squad Joker. He's
Yes.
better than Joker he was in Suicide
I think he
Squad.
redeemed himself. Like he outdid himself, literally, because that was just so. I could have done with a little like the cackling. Like I mean, he has to cackle,
Yeah, it's a
but
regular
it's
thing.
the way that he did it that it was like you could have wheezed a little bit more. Like I just like you could have add some like come on.
Like he had more time to practice this time around.
Let's get it together.
No, that whole scene was great. Just seeing him working together with Deathstroke and Mira, like just an odd pairing. Like it worked out, man.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, when it came on the news about what was going to happen, like, okay, this happens, Lois dies, they got to go back in time. So then eventually Batman has to sacrifice himself in order for this shit not to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have been the ending. So it ends with kind of like with Avengers where Tony Stark dies. This one, Batman dies because they're kind of like similar.
Yeah.
So just to know what could have been is crazy because we won't get to see it.
No.
If they do somehow, if more people petition, this somehow becomes a thing. If Warner Brothers realizes like, hey, you'll probably make more money this way if you just end up going with the
That's
Snyderverse.
what I don't understand is why.
I don't
so
know what it is, man.
The Pattinson Batman, right?
Yeah.
That's under Warner.
That's under Warner as well.
So do they think they're gonna make enough money? Why wouldn't they just? I honestly feel like they're trying to. They see the model that Marvel is doing and think they have to just go down that road. It's been decades of doing like these doing horrible DC movies that it's to the point where it's if you're gonna have 2 different universes, then just fucking do it.
Yeah.
But I also think if they're gonna do it, that if Pattinson is gonna be the dark, the dark universe and all that shit, that maybe where Snyder is dark also, it just maybe that's where there's But I think DC should just say dark. DC's like just better at dark.
They're
They
better
really
at dark.
are.
They really are. Yeah, it makes
I
more
will,
sense.
I will give them, as a Marvel fan, I will give them credit for doing the dark movies so fucking well.
Yeah, even their soundtrack. Anytime a song comes on,
Mhm.
it's just a different type of feel than what you would get in a Marvel movie soundtrack.
Yeah, and they can still do like the origin movies, like the Wonder Womans and shit like that. Like they can still do that where it's not, it's not really dark.
Yeah, Aquaman. They did that already.
like that's origins. But like when it comes to like Justice League, or just like overall, I think it should just stay dark. Honestly,
Yeah. And you can't do a Cyborg origin movie because that origin was in fucking Justice League. So you'd have to do like a completely standalone Cyborg movie, and who knows how that
it
would
could be his life after.
You'd have to because
That's
there's no
it.
other way. You can't do an origin
Yeah,
story
but
anymore.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong. It's just like you killed that
They didn't
that
do
angle.
Yeah, like Wanda.
Yeah.
Like they kind of yeah. They
So
killed
you
that.
kind of fall into that.
I'm really upset they still killed Pietro for no reason.
No, yeah,
fucking
that's a whole
stupid.
other thing. And then with
God.
Flash, I
Yeah.
think we were talking about before with Saint before. I think the only way to go right now with the Flash solo movie is just to make it Flashpoint.
Well,
But-
no, I thought
but
that
then
was
you-
coming out. I
that
thought
wa-
it was like a done deal,
that-
pretty much.
It's not a done deal.
Oh.
It's in the works. They're saying the Flash movie is going to happen, and they're hiring more actors. I saw online they're hiring more people, but it doesn't look like it's going to be Flashpoint. It just says the Flash movie, which sucks.
They haven't really.
They haven't really detailed what it's going to be.
There's no way it's just gonna be the Flash movie. Like the.
No, but that's just what they're calling it right now. So
Yeah,
the working
yeah,
title.
it's a working title. Yeah.
But if it's Flashpoint, like they will make serious like
Because
bank. I think.
Flashpoint makes sense if like hearing about them getting Michael Keaton back on board
Yeah.
for Batman, so that it makes sense. But at the same time, I don't know too much about DC. I'm slowly getting myself to be like, okay, this makes sense, like connecting the dots and like things that I've missed and shit. And then watching Gotham on the side has just been like 2-3 days. It's a fucking amazing show.
Yeah. Flashpoint is an interesting story, but if they do it, people have to understand like
Mm-hmm.
the comic book nerds, the ones that follow shit, will know what's going on. The casual movie fan will be like, okay, why is Flash doing this? Why is Batman not Bruce Wayne?
Mm-hmm.
And why are his parents alive? Because that's essentially what happens
Yeah.
in Flashpoint. There
Yeah.
is no Bruce Wayne. He dies. The parents actually turn into Batman and Joker.
No, that I know.
And that's what would weird out the casual moviegoer. So
Yeah.
DC's kind of in a spot like, shit, do we do this movie that probably will be the best Flash movie we can possibly make, but also confuse the casual viewers at the same time?
Yeah, they might not, because if you're working against something, not to bring them up again, but if you're working against like Marvel,
Yeah.
where everything is connected and like they're using the same actors for the most part, or for all of them really, they're using the same actors, this and that, so they're kind of going up against that model that casual fans are used to.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do we use the same Flash, how we have him signed up for Flashpoint when everybody else is going to be different?
Yeah.
So
No, I agree. And that's just
unless they set it up like it's a dream, and at the end he wakes up and it's like,
oh my God, no, that's the worst. I'm
No,
tired
so-
of shows doing that. I've seen it when I saw it
it's
on
the only way
Lost,
we would get it.
That's the
I
only way.
honestly don't think they're going to do Flashpoint.
but it's such a cheap way to go
unless
out.
they hire another Flash. But I don't think they're going to do Flashpoint.
I don't think they're gonna do that
because they're up against a model that's already been in place.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way they're going to do it.
Yeah, no, and that's why Marvel's winning, because they can keep a storyline going.
Mm-hmm.
They've kept a 10-year storyline continuously and just made it effortlessly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And not even like they have it where it's different than the comics. It's always a constant. Well, in the comics, this happened, and oh no, they kind of followed this in the comics, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like we still haven't seen X-Men and Avengers come together. They killed fucking Quicksilver, like shit like that. So there are little things, and like the connection, you would think at some point, probably not, to Magneto and Wanda, but like there's little things that they did miss. But I also feel like with DC, maybe they should just go awry with it too.
Maybe they should. I mean, I don't know. People are saying they should just blow it up and start over again, which kind of seems like.
But how many times are going to start over?
Exactly. That's the problem. If
Like, like how many fucking times? Like this could have been their start over
yeah.
if they didn't let go of Snyder.
And it's a shame. Well, I mean, the only thing is because, I'd be the same way if I'm Zack Snyder and that stuff happened to my kid. I'd have to leave too. And then it's crazy how that one scenario fucks up everything.
Yeah.
Someone that has nothing to do with the actual making of the movie actually fucked up the whole universe. And I'm not ragging on her, because God forbid no one wants to see their kid die in that way.
Yeah.
Or in any way, but it's just like that little thing caused a whole ripple, and now DC's just at a place where like they don't know what they're gonna do next, or maybe they do, but they just, as far as we know, looks like they don't know shit. But Marvel, on the other hand, I don't know if you want to get into this, because this will be the only time we talk about it now for another 11 weeks, the first episode of Falcon The Winter Solider, because I know you're not going to watch the rest of the episodes.
No.
So do you want to talk about the first episode at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
For what I caught of it, yeah.
All right, so if y'all haven't seen it, it's already been a fucking week, so spoiler alert if you haven't. You can skip ahead. But I thought it was great. I love the continuation of the blip, where Spider-Man Far From Home made it more of a comedic thing. These guys made it more of a serious tone.
Kind of like with Wanda, when you see her come back, what's her name? Monica come back.
Right,
and, like,
exactly.
the chaos and shit
They
like
kind of
that.
build on that, but in the sense of like now these Avengers are real people. They're war heroes, but they're real people going through real things. Like Falcon is going through money issues, trying to get a loan.
Bucky's in therapy.
He's got an issue with his psyche. He's going through PTSD. He's been fighting essentially for close to 90 years and hasn't had a chance to really relax.
Yeah, the therapist, like, like pointing out the fact that, like, it's almost like you're talking to a child. You were 20 years old. You were 109 years old, or like whatever. And I thought that was so funny, because I didn't realize there was just a lot going on. And when I watch something, I can't do with the talking. Yeah. So that's why I move so close to the TV, because I'm like, bro, I can't. If I'm gonna watch this, I really need to watch it.
Yeah, I feel you, because there's too much going on.
I'm gonna rewatch it, because I know I missed a lot, because I kept getting distracted.
Now, I did research, and there is something that's very weird that I talked to you about before. There shouldn't be a reason why no one knows who Bucky is during the show.
My point. That little bitch, right, was confused. That shit confused the fuck out of me. I'm like, no, she's some type of spy. She's some type of somebody. Maybe Hydra got some Asians or something. I don't know. But like, it just made no sense to the fact that you don't know who he is.
Right, and the reason why,
unless she blipped.
It was brought up before, and I think this is the term for it. It's called retconned or reconned. in Spider-Man Far From Home, if you remember when the kids at the beginning of the movie, they have like school announcements on the TV, and the kids are talking about how the blip happened. They do a quick little showing of the heroes now that the Avengers have saved the world, and they're showing, you know, Cap no longer here, and they're showing other people's faces. They show Bucky.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're thinking, okay, these are all war heroes. Everyone in the world should know them. They're celebrated. Yeah. And they're now into society. Why would you not know who this guy is? And it makes no sense. Everybody knew who Falcon was.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers knew. Nigga at the bank knew who he was. But Bucky is able to walk around the city and nobody knows him. That just didn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense.
That's the only hole right now in that show that's fucking with me. Other than that, it's great. Because
granted, like, Falcon was more out there than Bucky. Bucky was a little late to the show. And, he's in Wakanda for, that amount of time. But he was still, like... And I didn't even think about the Spider-Man thing. But he was still out and about fighting.
Still out and about fighting.
Yeah, like there's no way in hell. And they always in the movies publicize like it'll be the next movie. They're talking about like the Avengers fighting from the last movie and like shit like that in New York and all those different places. And I'm just thinking like, yeah, motherfuckers are talking about it. How do you not know? It was mainly the one girl. I didn't even really consider the fact that he is somewhat a celebrity and nobody's tracking him down yet.
It's ridiculous that no one knows him.
And I feel like that might be something to kind of show the bank teller recognizing Falcon.
The bank teller recognized him. The guy in Tunisia said, "Hey, Avengers!"
Yeah.
Like, motherfuckers know who this guy is, not just because he's a black dude in Tunisia, because he saved the fucking world.
He's a fucking Avenger.
And
yeah,
he's just as much. He should get just as much credit as Bucky does, and the fact that nobody knows who Bucky is just weirded me out.
You mean, well, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bucky should get as much credit
as Falcon. Because
I know what you mean.
all of them were presented as war heroes.
Yeah.
So it's only right.
He's
at the fucking Smithsonian. His face is right there with Captain America.
Because my only thing is he was side by side. Yes, Bucky was side by side, but he was out there more. That's the only way that I can see it and explain this whole is that he was out there more with Captain.
Yeah.
So he was like, you actually got to like, people saw him more.
Yeah.
And he did fight more technically. Not fight more, but like, he was an Avenger a little bit longer than Bucky. But still, Bucky was publicized.
Bucky's publicized.
I think there's no way in hell they didn't do this on purpose. It has to be a reason.
I'm sure they'll answer that question at some point. But right now, it's just like we have to go with the fact that no one knows who this guy is because he cut his hair. I mean, he's wearing gloves. He's got long sleeve shirts. So you can't see the arm.
Yeah, but you still see his face.
We still see his face, even though he was wearing a mask. But by the end, he had it off.
That's right.
So it's just
but
little
I
shit
thought
like that.
I always like affiliate the mask. Sorry, my ear. I always affiliate the mask with. It feels so good. With sorry, I had a moment. With him like with the dangerous Bucky.
Yeah, we actually Winter Soldier.
The Hydra shit. Yeah, the Winter Soldier. So. I don't know.
That's something that I'm gonna look into more. And I know you're not gonna watch.
Did he fight alongside the Avengers with the mask on? I think his face was out. I feel like that was literally like that was the soldier shit when he had the mask on.
In Wakanda, he didn't have it on, and then when he came back after the blip for the final fight with Thanos, he didn't have it on either.
No, I think that was him being.
Basically, once he got saved after Civil War, he didn't wear it anymore.
Yeah, because he was still when he was under the Hydra shit. That's when he had it.
Correct.
It was Hydra. Yeah. For a second, I was like,
they even show you in that episode when they do the flashback, he has the mask on. So that was his old life.
It was his way to. It was the way to show like this is the when he came out with the mask on, I was like, oh, this has to be.
It's a flashback, and plus the hair was long, so I'm like, all right, this ain't real. And then
true.
It took me a minute to connect those dots about like who the kid was and not why he's friends all of a sudden with this older dude. I was like, oh, okay. Because he just got finished saying at therapy how he has no friends. He needs to communicate. He needs to socialize. And then
he's
next
redeeming.
Scene, he's meeting up with homie, an 80-year-old Japanese dude. Makes no sense in the grand scheme of things.
And until you see, like, he goes to the guy's house. Yeah.
And you see the fucking candlelight
that
vigil.
was so funny. Like, I'm just, like, all up in the TV. And you're like, Sade, you saw that? I'm like, yeah.
I wanted to make sure you did. Yeah, because I know we were eating before.
I definitely would have missed that shit. Because where I was sitting before, I'm literally like nothing on Yo's, nothing. Like I just like have to.
Yeah, you in the back. No, I get it.
Because he kept moving around, and I just didn't want to like dirty anything, the carpet, because I'm I'm clumsy. I would have dropped that burger like everywhere. I was like, I need a table.
But good show, man. I mean, as far as these phase 4 or phase 5, whatever we in phase 4.
4.
Yeah, we're in phase 4. So far, so good, man. I mean, this was definitely a better first episode than WandaVision because we were just trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
And the action sequences, unbelievable. They brought back George St. Pierre's character for the movie. That was incredible. All right, and we back. All right, so we just finished talking about Justice League and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Great shows and great movie. Definitely check it out. Actually, Justice League put out another version today, the Justice is Gray edition, which is a black and white version of the film. Snyder says it's his favorite version of the film. I think it's actually widescreen, too. It's going to be available on 4K, UHD, all that shit, Dolby, instead of just the 4:3
Oh, nice.
version.
Yeah.
So, but it's just in black and white, and it has a couple additional scenes of Batman and Joker, so I'm going to check it out for that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that should be dope. I'm going to definitely check that. And definitely check out Falcon and Winter Soldier every Friday on Disney Plus if you got it.
All right, so we're going to do a quick one because we have somebody coming in.
Okay, yeah, we got a guest coming.
Verzuz TV, they have April 4th, Easter Sunday, is the Isley Brothers versus Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
So they released,
dope.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire. So they released the schedule just a couple days or like a day after the whole, what is it called?
Rain Ghost.
Huh?
The Rain Ghost?
No. The them buying out.
Oh, by Triller.
Triller.
Yes.
I couldn't remember. The whole Triller deal. They rolled out this because a lot of people were saying like, oh, like what the fuck's going on, blah blah blah, like any matches. So it's let me say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, it's 8 shows that they have lined up. So after that one, they have a 420 special with Redman, Method Man.
Should be good.
They just announced SWV with somebody with Escape.
Yeah,
I don't know the date though, but
that's going to be the one before the 420.
See, that's an extra show that they added that's not part of the schedule, because this one goes from Easter to 420. So I think that one's probably in the middle.
Yeah.
Then everything else that they have some themes in it, but everything else is blurred out. They have a Mother's Day special. They have a rematch.
And I've heard about
Ladies'
what
Night.
the rematch might be.
What do you think the rematch? That's all I really want to talk
There's
about.
rumors going around that's going to be Teddy Riley and Babyface, only because Teddy Riley apparently kind of hinted at it on his Twitter.
Let me see. No, because it's blurred out. Can't even tell. No, possibly.
Yeah, and that is the one that Teddy Riley, he definitely would want to run that back, because he kind of was, a little bit embarrassed. If you remember how crazy that was, a lot of shade was thrown. It seemed like Teddy wasn't. Remember the whole thing? It was our cover.
I remember. Yeah, even though there was like about 3 rematches already, 2. It felt like 6 because they kept having to stop and go.
All the more reason to do it again.
What would be the other one? And that was a good amount of time in between.
Yeah.
I also kind of think D'Angelo and Maxwell, because technically that was out there. Yeah. They didn't really officially announce it, but it was out there. And then Maxwell kind of being like,
I mean, when it comes to rematch, the other one I could see being a rematch.
No, it's not a rematch, but like a retry.
Yeah, a retry. Mm-hmm. I could see maybe the Dream and the other dude that was drunk. What's his name?
I don't think they're gonna remake, because that one I heard was really good. I missed it.
It was a lot of shade thrown because homie was drunk, but
yeah,
that could be one I could see.
Possibly.
That he would want to rematch.
What was there? I know there was a bad one. There was a couple. There's a couple bad ones.
There's a couple bad ones.
I don't remember right now.
Ones that people should not have been given 20 songs to choose from.
No, not at all. I don't know.
I think the Nelly and Ludacris one, I think that wasn't that great. I really didn't enjoy that one.
Yeah, I didn't hear great things about it. Yeah. I can't think of who else. The only one that I would think of besides, Teddy and Babyface, I guess makes sense. Is
Shandy Keisha Cole, I didn't really care for.
I haven't seen. I don't remember the last. I think the last one I actually watched was Jill Scott and Erykah Badu.
Yeah, and that wasn't even a competition.
No,
that was just Ladies' Night, and which I could see the Ladies' Night. That's gonna be one, right?
Ladies' Night is to be announced. It looks like a short name. It looks like a very short name versus a little bit bigger name. That's all I could tell.
So it's probably an artist with one name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they look like they're both one name, but just one's short. I don't know.
It's just crazy. And the one thing I've heard also is that the Triller app is not as good as Apple TV. So it's kind of like you're better off just watching on IG
Oh, damn.
Yeah, even though they got the rights to it and everything, it's just not as great of a vehicle as Apple TV is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see what else we could quick fire. 'Cause we gotta go.
Oh, shout out to Pop Smoke. Wanted to put that out real
yeah,
quick.
ahead,
Pop Smoke has officially broken Eminem's record for most weeks at #1 on the Billboard Top Rap Albums chart. So, round of applause for Pop Smoke. And every time I think about it, because if you really go back and listen to that album, it's a really good album with a lot of hits, like especially current hits. Like it really is like a new age 50 Cent with Get Rich or Die Trying. Like that's what his album feels like to me. It was championed by New York and then by other places for that same reason. It just felt like, all right, this is the new sound in New York. This guy was supposed to be that new sound that was going to catapult New York back into like the conversation of like the biggest regions in hip hop. And the fact that he got killed, you know, kind of ruined that. But it shows like how strong of an album this was going to be. Had he still been around, had he still been doing videos and maybe touring if COVID wasn't happening, I could see this being the next album that goes diamond, just like Get Rich or Die Trying did.
Yeah. Next, real quick, Distro and Audiomack. So, boom, Distro tweets. DistroKid has partnered with Audiomack, so you can now distribute directly to Audiomack from DK.
Yeah.
To connect your Audiomack account, blah, 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 whatever. That, I think, is pretty good.
It's pretty dope. It's another avenue for people to listen to music. It's kind of like an unsung hero. Audiomack is definitely recommended by a lot of my artist friends, and I see why. It's a lot easier. The format looks good. It's pretty dope. So it's a matter of time. It's long overdue.
It is.
Yeah.
And then I think, because we've also had this talk where like SoundCloud, people can. That's why I stopped doing the playlist on SoundCloud, and even like Audiomack. Like I tried, but nobody was on Audiomack. I got some people on SoundCloud, but because people think it has to be like a major platform, you can still put it on SoundCloud. You can still put it on Distro.
You should pretty much put it everywhere. Really.
Yeah.
I mean,
so and it doesn't have to. You don't have to have it just to stream. You can literally have it to buy on SoundCloud. Audiomack, I don't remember. I think they have that option. Yeah. But yeah, dope. And now I think it's time because we have to quickly go through this.
Okay, it's about that time for our favorite segment.
No.
Oh.
No, not that.
Yeah. What the hell is going on with the pod?
What is going on with the pod? So yeah, this whole thing. Okay.
You want to break it down?
Not really. So there's been a few weeks where we're JBP fans, as we started with the podcast already.
Joevengers.
And there has been a little bit of tension that we have noticed. And, a lot of the fans have noticed in the past few weeks. Then St. Patty's Day, there was no episode. Which, if there's an episode on 420, it would be an episode on St. Patty's Day. That's just as much as a holiday to them. So, yeah. And then the next episode after that, I'm only on. I haven't even gotten to the St. Patty's Day episode yet.
The Saturday episode, okay.
Yeah, I mean not that one, but the episode after where they're not on
Wednesday.
So, Saturday. Wednesday
Saturday was the St. Patty's Day episode.
St. Patty's was Wednesday.
Got you. Okay.
So it was that Saturday after where Maul and Rory were not there.
Right.
And then next episode, they're back.
Yes.
Episode after that, which would be caught up to now, right? I think.
Yeah, this past Wednesday.
Yeah.
They were not there as well.
So you can take the rest.
Nah, man. Well, Joe was being sort of transparent. And, was kind of alluding to the fact that there was a little bit of tension going on between him and Rory. He kind of mentioned it. It was in a Shade Room post. I don't know if you wanted to play that part, if you have that.
Go ahead.
But he basically said, there was a couple of things where Rory was kind of mentioning putting hands on him.
I got it.
All right, let's play it.
Got to get on top of that.
Hold on.
So when
let me start over. That's pretty much what I was talking about before.
Can't allow it. I got to get on top of that. So when 6 weeks in a row happened of Rory challenging me to a fight and his hands, and me not being so comfortable in that because I don't necessarily play like that, and I'm listening back, and to me I'm being expressive saying, yo man, I don't play like that with my friends. And on the playback I hear him say, yeah, but what if we not friends? Whoa, I got to take a look at that. That's for Joe to pause. That ain't for me to think that we in podcast showy, chucky, ka, kiki, kaka, game time. What if we not friends? Excuse me? I intervene.
So that was actually the episode that I'm on right now. Is that episode when that happened?
This past Wednesday. Oh no, my bad. Where the actual incident.
Yeah, where
Gotcha.
what he's talking about right now, which is the March 13th one, 423, 423. That's the episode that I'm on.
Okay.
I think it's the right before it's that Saturday before St. Patty's Day.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's the one I'm on, and it's like even before that, like you can tell, like I know like he went through his like depression and he was a little down. You could hear it on the pod. Kind of like when I went through my shit and you could hear it that I was like just didn't really want to participate in this shit. And then all of a sudden he just got very like with the Meghan Markle, sorry. Is it Markle or
I've heard Markle.
Yeah, Markle.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, so that whole thing with the royal family, he was just very like overly passionate about it, overly angry about it. And then so I already passed that scene, and then in this episode where he talks about like throwing hands, and he's like, stop, just stop it. And that the thing is the second time I heard him saying like trying to challenge Joe, and he's just like, stop, like I love you, stop, like be friends. And then that's when he said, well, what if we weren't friends?
Right.
But then at that point when he said it, they continued on, no, I don't think like I ever. He was like, no, it was like that one time I like at 40 you shouldn't be fighting your friends. And then this whole thing of when I was 30 fought Amani, that was it. But yeah, like there's shit going on.
There's shit going on.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is. They said it wasn't money related. It's more so business related, but I can't see how that wouldn't involve money. But you never know nowadays. And then apparently Joe alluded to another argument that he had with Maul when he told Roy to take some weeks off because of the tension that was going on. So apparently that started a little fit between Joe and Maul, and that caused Maul to also take some time off. So it's now been 2 episodes where they have not been present. Joe had Savon and had his friend Ice fill in for them.
Yeah.
They said many times they're not replacements. This is Rory's seat. That's Maul's seat. Whenever Rory and Maul want to come back to their seats, they will be welcomed back with open arms. So obviously that lets you know, okay, there's a little bit of shit going on. They're taking some time off. Who knows if this will get fixed.
Yeah.
Obviously they still have love for each other. They're still talking. But as far as podcast goes, it looks like they could be gone for a little bit. Joe mentioned in the episode that this could happen maybe for a month. That expect maybe for a month of this.
Yeah, because now that I heard the episode, but like just me seeing like on Twitter and shit, what was it? Let me see.
You saw a summary.
Some stuff, yeah. But besides that, like just seeing like you don't know his side of it and blah 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 whatever.
Right, of course.
But hearing like that he told him to take in whatever capacity, even maybe like the delivery, because I have a problem with delivery.
Yeah.
Maybe the delivery of him telling him like, yo, maybe you should just take a few weeks off or like step away from the podcast, blah blah blah. He, being in the height of emotions, went to Maul, or however it got back to Maul, and that whole like wanting to stand by his side and shit. Not that we do gossip, but what's it called? I told you about the rumor that I heard about him and his girl splitting, and then that came out where it was like he asked about Sam, and where it was like it's none of your fucking business or whatever he said.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of personal shit he's bringing onto the pod, where I can see Joe as he's a leader, and Joe being like that, it is his network, like, hey, why don't you just take some PTO? But it's all his delivery and however Rory took it and and Maul took it. So
yeah, in the episode, Parks kind of alluded to it. He was kind of playing mediator, but also like, letting it, seeing like he was telling the truth from his eyes. He's like, yeah, Joe has a tendency to like cut deep. Like he can tend to deliver a little bit harshly more than he needs to.
Yeah.
So that could have been taken the wrong way. He could have said something to Rory that probably cut a little deeper than it was meant to be, which ended up making it worse for them. So that's also something that Joe's guilty of, and Joe has admitted to that. So he's not like he's hiding away from that.
Yeah.
So that's also something that could be happening. And it sucks because this really is our favorite podcast to listen to. A lot of people's favorite podcast.
Yeah,
We've been to their live shows.
I'll still listen. I mean, I was listening before Maul got on. I was listening before Rory got on. It's just, I really like the stage that they're at right now.
Yeah, it's
like,
great talk, man.
The three of them, or four of them
them.
with Parks. Like Parks he's never going anywhere. So I really do like that dynamic they have built, and I just don't see any like what they're gonna get Marissa back. Like I don't get on that.
And it's not to say that Ice and Savon aren't doing a good job, because you kind of have Ice, who is not exactly Maul, but it's a good counterpart to Maul, and then Savon's just the young dude on the show, which Rory was.
Yeah.
Given, you know, his perspective from a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
Where Rory's, I think, 30, Savon's 27.
Yeah.
So it's still a young kid and talking with the older head. So it's a good dynamic, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not Rory and Maul.
No.
So
no. I think the air will clear. Whatever height of emotions, like, you know, whatever roller coaster Rory's on right now, eventually everything will clear out. I'm sure Joe at some point will fucking apologize, because he you know, did whatever he did with delivery and shit. So, but the tweets, I got 3 tweets that I thought were really funny that Joe retweeted. All they had to do was tell Joe Budden how their weekend was, or how their weekend actually was, whatever. This one. I love how no matter what Joe Budden goes through, he never takes it out on the pod. LOL. Nigga really a robot. Are all Virgos robots?
absolutely not.
And then Joe's like, comes at a cost. And I just thought that was really funny, because I know I have my robot tendencies. So I just thought that was funny.
I guess I have mine. If by robot you mean numb to certain things and emotions, I can be numb to certain things. You know, as sensitive as some Virgos are, we can be emotionally numb to certain things as well.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
There are certain things that you'll bring up, and I'm just looking, I'm like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, asshole, thanks.
No, I'm just saying.
I know,
like,
no, it's right.
Like,
it's
there's
true.
you do have your moments. That's why I thought this was funny, because somebody calling Joe a robot, like, no, he just has work. It's just work ethic, because I don't believe in taking anything personal to work. Right. Even though, like, yeah, I was kind of semi-depressed for like a month and a half, I was still working. I was still doing shit. Yes. So I didn't stop my life. And I didn't like curse you out. I didn't start any problems with it.
Right, of course. No, same here. And I think also in the robot thing, where it's just like, as far as being emotionally numb, you're more just like overly analytical. I think that too. That's another Virgo trait too. We're very observant, very over analytical about shit, overthinking.
Cause I'll overthink, but some of y'all motherfuckers be overthinking. Like, you know what? Signs cool and all, but I really do think it's like a creative thing. Because most of the overthinkers that I know are creatives. Yeah. And it's, I mean, there's, like, you know, you have overly sensitive ones. Then you have your, like, I overthink, but I'm not that sensitive. Yeah. So to me, it's like, I'll overthink what I do. Yeah. So, like I watched the video, I had it, like, say this is my laptop, I had it like this. Mm-hmm. No, I don't like that. That's off by a frame. No, that's not what I wanted. Like, there's, like, I overthink certain situations. Like, what if I put this out and nobody likes it? Like, so.
Yeah, that's perfectionist mixed with overanalytical.
Yeah. Like, and, you know, certain things, like, from day to day, like, what if people come in here and this place, like, to me, my house is a mess and I want to clean it so bad.
I'm the same way with my shit, too. Yeah.
And this is, like, semi-clean, but this is not the clean that I want to leave it. So it's like. It also bothers me on a daily. So there's different levels, but I mainly think the overthinking thing is like a creative shit.
And overthinking kills at the end of the day.
Sure. Oh, and the last one. Joe Budden, if you don't manage to somehow get Rory and Maul back on the podcast, I will become your mortal enemy, and I will not rest until justice is served. And he retweeted that shit. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was.
People have been doing that all the time. You better bring the pod back.
That shit, but mortal enemy and justice is served. It's amazing.
That nigga was watching Justice League.
He definitely was. He was
on a Justice League kick.
I don't have anything else. We're gonna have to.
No, I'd say Grammys happened. Nas won.
I wanted to play this, but we're not gonna be able to. Rory had Conway in the studio. And the beat sounds very like Rory Sleeper type shit. I'll play it. Fuck it. Why not? It's not like we have somebody waiting outside. I'm so sorry.
Is he?
A little bit.
Wait,
listen, that shit sounds...
Well, not a secret, but keep shit low. I'm the man in my city, big chief on my homes. Whoa, you know that gang like that.
I like him on
Niggas getting changed.
That's the story. Yeah, I love, like, I'm really excited for this.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck Rory is doing because he won't say it. Like, people keep, I think he has some people, like his friends, just putting it out there like this is an R&B project just to fuck with people. I really think he's rapping.
I don't think he's doing anything. I think he's the actual executive producer, and he's got other artists doing the shit, like a Khaled album. I think that's what it is.
Why is he making it seem like he's doing...
I don't think he is. The more I've seen, I think it's just he's the producer, and he's just grabbed a bunch of artists.
That's what I originally thought, but it just he made it seem like he was
singing
or rapping or something on it.
No, I thought that too for a little bit. I've completely taken that idea. I think he's just the executive producer. He's just putting a compilation tape because he knows so many people in the music industry.
See, that makes sense. Yeah. Because that was my original thing, and everybody's like, "Oh no, he's." I'm like,
it's just like what you're doing. That's it. Same shit. He's making his own tape.
Because it's my
with
spirit
the people
animal.
he knows.
I love him.
Which makes sense exactly.
I love Rory. All right.
That was it.
And
shout out to Nas for winning the Grammy for top rap album, beating over Freddie Gibbs, D Smoke, Royce the 5'9", Jay Electronica. Definitely well deserved. It's been a while for him, so good for him. All right. We are back, episode 81. We were in the middle of doing our 2 episode in a day.
Yeah.
We just had our guest leave. Shout out to him. We'll be announcing who that is at a later date.
Mm-hmm. It was a really good interview.
Really great interview,
really
man. I have a newfound respect for the guy, and it's just this is a great dude.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing.
I feel good about it.
Nothing but good things to say about the guy. So much love to him for coming through, making a trip out here, and talking to us, giving us a little more insight on what's going on with him, and getting to really see who the person is behind the artist. Yeah. I appreciate that. I really do love these interviews. When I first thought about this podcast, I thought it was going to be, you and me kicking the shit. Mm-hmm. But once we decided to get more guests involved, we really, really go into everything about them. And I really appreciate that. And you kind of just get to see more layers. Mm-hmm. And I think that's fucking awesome. Because everybody's got a story to tell and everybody's different. And it's crazy how even though we're all different, we all really are relatable, and we can all we've been through the same thing as artists.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy there too. So
you are an artist.
What?
You are an artist.
I'm saying we're all artists, so we're going through the same shit.
I heard
even though we're different.
Artists. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Are all.
We are all artists. Yeah, I can't even say that shit right. This is late, nigga. All right.
Yeah. We've been talking for hours, so we're ready to wrap this one up.
We're ready to wrap this up. You ready to go on vacation? I got to deal with noisy kids in the morning and no weed.
I got to pack and hop on a plane in like 5 hours.
And I got to pack my ass in the bed and then wake up in 5 hours for these kids. So, yeah, I feel you.
God.
All right, so
wait. We got to gear it up.
We got to gear it up. All right, so it is about that motherfucking time.
Let's not take it away. Rob our fans.
My favorite segment, your favorite segment, my aunt's mailman's chiropractor's favorite segment. It's called...
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
I'm going to get more and more creative with them each week as we go by. That's just my new thing now. All right, so this is If You Don't Know, where we show you some of the best and brightest inside and outside New Jersey that we feel you should be paying attention to. And we only hope that you can further this by checking out their music, maybe purchasing the album, maybe purchasing some merch, maybe going to a show if they're in your area, or just showing love in any way that you can instead of just listening to it one time. That's what this is all about, because these are the artists that are keeping us going through this pandemic. Mm-hmm. So we show them love. We hope that you can show them love too. So first track that's going to be up today, my choice is going to be from two members of the Joevengers. Shout out to Yosanova. Go by the name of Dango Forlaine and Ronnie Alpha. Dango's birthday just passed. Happy belated, my dude.
Happy belated.
And he put out a new album called Jam. I want to showcase the track. Pause.
What is it?
Get off.
The Jam.
I want to showcase the track.
From? Fuck.
I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to showcase the track. It's number 4. It's called Zebra Print, featuring Ronnie Alpha. And man, these motherfuckers can spit. Fucking spit and fucking rhyme,
so
man.
Intense.
I know, because that's the way it made me feel when I heard it. And they got a video out too. Very, very dope visuals. So let's get into that. Zebra Print, Dango Forlaine, Ronnie Alpha. Let's go. Wait a minute.
1 second. Pretend that it's still playing, because it's not fucking
So we literally are waiting a minute.
Why is this not? This is starting to piss me off. 1 second. because I got out of it.
It's
There,
alright.
there you go.
We'll edit it out.
Jam.
Why isn't it playing at all? Oh.
Correction, I'm
There
on
you
the
go.
rise to perfection. You know nothing, that's your honest confession. You hold no kind of a threat, and your character ain't worth the selecting. Toting attack with the rosary necklace. Dove through the exit necks and froze them like jewelry cars stolen from Zeppelins. No stepping if half you rappers is trash. Bugging, faking the funk, my muscle flex and his toe tags. I had to lug them. Lines get crossed like mule kicks. I'm off the stool, shit, I had to get up. This the jam, but my paper ain't stuck. Used to bag up, had to ask bitches if it's paper or plastic. I was after the green light, blastic. Your last take this off quicker than acid. My niggas don't regard it a classic. Used to spar with the mattress. My bros served the fiends, they was sucking on glass sticks. I know it's some sad shit. Make you wanna go out in the streets and just blast fists. Cause everything's better when you die. Everything's better when you die.
There's such a good
Don't
video.
know
God
why.
body, this is titular, slicing just like a scimitar, blazing through your perimeter. 88 chains, that's the literature. You know, with the flow that I am a pro like Dillinger. Yo, I'm in my prime like a minister. Wild boy stand with a fox like Vivica. You see that I'm a star, I'm shining brighter than Canicula. Rolling like rolls of cinnamon, roaming like a basilica. I'm artistic as Bosky, I kick it like Baki. Got bad women gripping my body, they cap like Dasani. I'm out this world, I'm magic like Moggies. They sending clips over chips, don't get hit with a Taki. Whoa, I run the game, I've been the truth, that's how it goes. I got the juice, I got the sauce, I got the soul. She want a man to pay her bills, that's her goal. I hit her phone, she gotta know that ain't my role. Yo, I'm heaven sent, message spread like Exodus, moving demons like exorcists. They a waste like excrement. I'm on some extra shit they treasure when I'm Xing shit. I'm winning, they expected it. I'm really on some legend shit, cause I'm a legend shit.
And that was Dango Forlaine featuring Ronnie Alpha. The song is called Zebra Print. It's off of Dango's brand new project titled Jam. Available on all platforms now. Get that shit. Shout out to the homies Dango Forlaine, Ronnie Alpha, part of the Yosoverse. Sade, who you got?
I got Marcus Troy. This is a track off his The Lost Gems EP that's available everywhere. Titled Presidential, but it doesn't want to play for me.
What a surprise.
Got it.
One of the easier names that you've had to say the past couple weeks. Yeah. Is Troy spelled Troy? I'd be like, is it Marcus Troy or something? Knowing you, it's like, well, I don't know if it's that.
Let's skip that video. Did a whole thing.
Was it a video?
No, oh, that's so cool. He did like an actual like story.
That's what I want to do.
I love that.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Look. Marcus Troy, man.
Imagine
Go like
he
this
says his
here.
name and it's completely
Look.
different.
No.
You said it right.
These are amazing times. Mind racing like I'm Ben Diesel in it. Champion like I'm Diesel, living at 8. They thought I played with keys from the way I shifted the bass. No manuals. Still shifted the drive. I dealt with demons, but I kept them inside. You know, went to war with my pride. I never said that I was perfect. Make a dollar purchase. Fuck, gotta start investing. Triple up my money. Good dude, gotta be good for something. Can't be good for nothing. Gotta hustle cause it's in my blood. I do it for the entrepreneurs and for the thugs. Do it for the diamonds and pearls and all the glory. Sorry, but the average life to me is kinda boring. So I gotta spoil then, gotta ball out. 24/7 grind, so I never call out. Still tripping off the time me and dude was falling out. But my shorty told me that's what life is all about. Swear to God, I never do it for the cloud. I'm just trying to make $100 million, then I'm out, baby. It's so presidential. Counting money in a presidential. You can hear the money counter in a presidential. Count my blessings while I'm scribbling a pen and pencil, yeah. It's so presidential. Yeah.
part of the story. They
Eyes on
have some
that
guy
go
just
presidential. Yeah. Look, we throw it up, watch it hit the floor. We up now and I pray we never fall. Hope we never falling. Hit the door when I hear that money calling. Looking to the Lord, I hope you hear me. Manifesting cause I see your vision clearly. Gotta keep it present.
I love that story though. Like I gotta watch the whole video.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, that was Marcus Troy with Presidential.
Presidential.
I gotta hear that album, Lost Gems EP.
That's what it is. So this has been an eventful night, man. We haven't done a 2-episode day in a while. I think the last time was when you had to go on vacation.
Yeah, but it was just one episode, but really long, I think.
Yeah.
And then we just cut it in half.
You're right.
This one this is technically our first 2-episode night.
Yeah, with the guest included.
And you can tell I'm done. I like laid out straight. And then, like,
I did not expect, and I was feeling like shit while coming here, like the whole day, just like physically just not feeling good, and it changed as soon as we got into the episode. So
I was nervous because
I thought I'd be home by 11.
Like 4 hours of sleep. No, you got here. No, that's one episode.
Yeah, you're right. I know.
Yeah.
But hey, it happens. It ended up being a great episode, so I'm not even mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? I'll sacrifice the sleep. No big deal. Yeah. It is what it is. You're still young.
That's my train of thinking. But you judge me for it.
No, because now I sound like a hypocrite.
Exactly.
We're all hypocrites at the end of the day. All right, man. So, like I said before, that was our If You Don't Know segment. Want to remind y'all again that we do not own the rights to any of this music. This is simply for love, a little bit of exposure. And again, want to remind y'all that all these songs will be available on our Spotify and Apple If You Don't Know playlist. Be sure to check them out. Be sure to take the extra step if you do like them to find them online. Check out the rest of the album, stream, buy, download, whatever you want to do. Maybe get some merch. Really show these artists love because they are doing it out here and they doing it big during this pandemic. So shout out to everybody that's included on these playlists. Y'all are all fucking superstars. We hit the drop one more time for If You Don't Know, Now You Know. Man, okay, so this has been a hell of a week. You want any closing notes?
No. Oh, speaking of the names, I fucked up. So I was told about this guy, my last If You Don't Know last week. I was told about him and I heard Waze P. It's actually Wise.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because when I was looking for his links and all that stuff to put in the bio, I went to he has like a website and I just I glanced through the bio and I seen like he has where it's how do you pronounce it and I was like, oops. So yeah, correct myself.
I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
No. But it was WAIS. I'm sorry. I was also told I didn't even know how to spell it yet. Like I was just this guy Waze P. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, how do I spell that? That's it.
I can see someone saying just like wasp. I can see that too. If
it's all together, I
can see that. Yeah. Sometimes it happens, man. Look, we're all artists. We all got to have unique names. That's just how it goes. So that's what it is. But
other than that,
everything is good, man. You about to head out to vacation? I'm about to just be home. I got a bunch of shit to do this weekend anyway.
Yeah.
About to get ready for a performance on Saturday with the homie Ron Solemn. Do a little do our track together that I've been wanting to do forever. Yeah. So it's great that we finally getting a chance to perform this. I've been rehearsing. I'm gonna spend all day tomorrow and Saturday rehearsing, getting this ready. Black Noir is gonna be out in the morning.
Yep.
I'm probably put that out probably noon and shit. Put it on YouTube and we gonna go from there.
By the time I land, it'll probably be out. I leave at 10. My plane leaves at 10.
I'm gonna upload it and then I gotta make the other little videos, the promo videos and all that shit. So I should be dope. No, it's gonna be fun, man. I'm happy. Thank you again for all the work that you did.
No problem.
The hours that you put into that shit. I don't know how you do it. You're a fucking robot. But I appreciate it. And we'll just leave it at that, man. So I want to remind y'all at the Lyrical Fix Pod, IG, Lyrical Fix Twitter, Lyrical Fix Podcast, Facebook. Check us out on Anchor, Audio Mac, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, all them damn sites. Make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Give us those 5-star ratings. Keep us hot out on these podcast streets. This has been the motherfucking gang, episode 81 with your host, Kid Pro.
Sade.
Reminding y'all to please wash your hands, wash your face, wash your ass, and put on a mask because these niggas don't know how to stay safe out here.
Oh my God, I feel like we recorded like 5 hours today. I feel like we did.
Well, good. It's an
So
accomplishment.
tired.
We worked hard. We worked hard.
So
we worked
tired.
hard. We deserve a shot, but you got none.
No, actually, no.
Oh, then I'll take
I
it.
have enough for like one person, probably. Yeah.
Oh, so not for me. Okay.
No, like for one drink, so
All
I
right.
can get 2 shots.
All
You're
right,
good.
so we'll
Don't
do
worry,
that.
you're good,
Okay.
yeah.
It's the motherfucking gang. Let's pack up.
All right,
Peace.
peace.